Double Diamond Railroad back with a quick layout overview update. Somebody requested a layout tour. Here's my, let's see what we call, this would be a west leg, but it's the mountain sub up here. And coal trains run over the mountain, up and around the mountains, crosses over a loop, and comes out. Usually run them downhill, because it's pretty steep. It's about 2%, something like that coming up. So I run them down. We're hoping to put the new cold flood loader down in there. So they run around the mountain, come down, crawl, and load through. So we've got to close up that gap in the tunnel. There's the old coal mine up there. Really not using that anymore, just storage. It's all uphill, it's hard to work with, and it's way back in the corner where it's hard for me to reach. So unfinished mountain here, this is finished. It's got details at it. Water coming out the pipe, rocks, rail fan spotters up there, and the big rock wall that I really like, retaining wall. So, excuse me, that's all done. Gotta gravel the road in here. Be one of the last things we do. So then we'll probably turf this one, but it's painted and foam carved rough texture. Looks pretty good that way. Back there in the back is the Utica Shale terminal. Distillates, crude, stuff like that. Loads there. Interchanges with the BP terminal on the other side of the layout. Down here is a mountain that still needs plaster cloth, but I haven't done it yet because I'm thinking about cutting it down on this end so you can see the diamond better. Because I can't get my tripod back like this. It always shoots like right here, and you can't see the diamond. So I may bring it down steeper, maybe take the top off a little bit so you can see back there better on camera. This is all the east end of the layout over here. And hopefully here in about a week, my son-in-law is coming up. He was a painter, houses, interiors, nice ones in Nashville. And I'm trying to, we got to paint another storage room first. Trying to make him paint this wall. We just got to clean so we can make this wall sky blue all the way down and all the way around. We'll have to plastic cloth, get all this done so it's blue all the way and you'll never see the yellow. They'll all blend in. They'll look cool too. There's a diamond back there. This is a CSX Norfolk Southern Interchange Railroad. That line back there is supposed to be NS coming in, the back line coming in and crossing the CSX inner stuff. And then we got a food company over here, Diamond Foods. It's going to be expanding with a cold storage facility that may totally get rearranged. Inner track back here is like triple track. And then this gives the appearance of a Y, but it's not. Getting some shadow. I turned the lights on to light up the mountain better. Down here is the entrance to the shops. You got a sound module in the blue building there in a diesel house. There's the old one on the left, old freight house. So this is the rip track down here in front, sanding, old sanding. Eventually we'll get a new sand tower for here in the central yard. Probably one on the NS yard. I'll probably just forget this, leave it there, and do the two newer yards. But they might need some sanding here. Diesel fuel. We end up putting a light in this. We haven't started a light this side yet. Got a crossover back here. to go from this main track to the inner mountain sub and be able to switch that facility and start to run up around to climb the mountain. Okay, that's the whole east module. Original module, actually goes back to the 80s, about 1985. Had this in Florida, and I added on, expanded. It was like a 4x6 then. You can see way back there the joint, the color joint by that switch, where the gray goes to the green. The gray ended the earlier layout. And it like basically, well, it came down through here somewhere. So it was like a 4x6 that I ran on just flat plywood, or I forgot the name of that stuff. Luan. That's all I ran on when I had it in my Florida house back in the 80s. When we brought up here in 96, we had it on this wing over here, built that leg out, and started there, expanded that, had continuous running trains around here, inner and outer loop. Then we decided to come back to this joint and do a center span to the other side, because I thought I can do the same thing on the other side. So there's the center wing, center span, metalworks. It's kind of a scrap recycling. It's going to be a foundry with a taller building, double them up. Got a siding back there. It was put in last year. There's was going to be grain here, but there's not enough room for the big ADM grain plant. So that's just extension of the yard storage. CSX yard, Belleville yard. That's named after my grandparents. It really is a Belleville, Ohio, up north central. There's a CSX yard office and maintenance away shop, sheds. Got a river in here finally this year. Really happy about that. Some canoeing and fishing people down there, kayakers, in Stony Creek. Well, we come back here to the, oh, here's my new, haven't got them up yet, my new cows for the farm, some fencing. That's going to go in back in the corner. So I got the farm scene back there, no lights yet. That'll be the next one to be lit over here. At least the house will be. And I've got some wheat fields to put down and squeeze the cows in here too, in that corner right there. Hopefully, my son-in-law, we're going to get these caulked this trip. He didn't make it last time, didn't get it done. After we do the wall, so we're going to caulk all those joints so I can paint over them. Here's a big concrete company. It's actually a concrete batching plant. We're going to have to cut off here and move these signals that we put in last month. This is a dummy here in the front that was a defective one. So we use it for, you can't see it on camera, so we turned around for the trains coming that way. This one works. That's lit up. And this one's lit up. All red right now. Blocks are occupied. So we got a little general store. I love that little thing. It's lighted now. Station's lit, the platform's lit. Security lighting. Got a couple guys down there in our Waffle House. Gas station. The Greyhound, McDonald's, Taco Bell. That's all blacktop is all glued down now. Lights in the firehouse. Still need to put the doors on. Never did that. Door frames in doors. Museum. It's all lit up now. Security lighting. Got Plastomold back here. They take in pellet cars on the track back here. Jolly Joker popcorn. Food service connected to Diamond Foods on the other side. So they ship stuff, they bring in raw grain in bags from Diamond Foods in the box cars. And then they ship out product in the box cars. They're taking in corn syrup and stuff here on a back track into these tanks. There's a hopper with some grain. So that's the NS yard over here. I'm so upset with NS now, I don't even like to run them. Select their colors. They're kind of a not too cool railroad right now. We got a runaround track passing siding back there. The Amtrak fits in there good. West crew platform, passenger platform for off in the distance. Passenger exchange, crew exchange. Back here, way in the back, BP oil terminal. It's a transload facility. So that's served by this switch coming off the main, which I'm finding out I'm going to have to shim this more because it's still too low. Apparently, that's where my Amtrak derailed yesterday. It's dropping down too much. It's too low compared to what it was. Shim it back up to the original roadbed. So I have to shim this section right there where they stop. Get that build up. So this spur comes off. Ohio Central engine's working that. Comes off and feeds BP oil terminal. Transload. Multiple big tanks. There's a flare stack back there. Need to get some flame coming out, I think. I do have some red lights. That'd be tough to wire that. I have to drill down through. Delicate details we'll deal with later. Oh, here's a museum showing their lights in there, some of it. The other cars in the museum. Got a ballast that crossing down. It's the old diamond. So there's a look down Main Street. Always the way, that's the way I envision it. So I think what we're going to do back here, I forgot about the grain company I got to build. Now that I cleared this out, I think I'm going to either move the concrete, because I got a switch coming in here. I'm going to come off and put another switch, left hand. Come down and have two tracks. So I'm thinking about, not sure, might move this concrete place to the left or put the grain company here. After I build, I'll see how big it is. I got this whole area I can put something. But I thought about the concrete to be closer to the river to have some little quarry piles here lined up to feed them. So I don't know, I might bring this track down off of there, down here, and then angle to 45, turn and go that way. Whatever, and then I can have the concrete right in here and have room for the grain here, but that's debatable. People told me it's a pretty big kit. So we'll see about that. Not sure, got to build them, then we'll see how they fit in somewhere. Let's come back to the shop here. You can see my people lined up for Bob's hot dogs. They're lined up there now. Last one passed out, waiting too long for service. That one's got a problem. It's second time it's fallen over. And nobody was down here, so it just fell over. Had to re-tack him down. Passed out, waiting in line for Bob's. Must be slow service. Okay guys, that's about it. I got to get my lunch order in. Wife called. Saw it pop up here. We got to get that taken care of. We survived the storm, but we got roof damage. Shingles are up, loose, tore them up. Tore spouting loose a little bit. My Cleveland Guardians garden flag that was out front is gone. The frame is still there, but the flag is gone. So it really roared here. It was in the 40s. I measured 36, 38, but it always reads low because it's not up high enough on the roof. Kind of gets sheltered a little bit. So we had a pretty good blow, but not as bad as a F4 tornado in Mississippi. Terrible. I watched all that, stayed up till 2 in the morning, tracking for Nashville. Take care, God bless, have a great Sunday, and we'll talk to you later. Maybe we'll do a run this afternoon, Sunday afternoon trains. W&LE Railroad, out.